Do, do, do. Scented oils. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. A little more energetic today because I had a lot of coffee. But today we're going to do a few things. Continuing with Christmas stuff. I know it's been a few videos now, but we're going to finally finish the candles today because I just haven't had time. And then I'm going to try, that should be quick. And then I'm going to try to do, I thought about taking some of these slabs, maybe making coasters out of them. That might be a cool little gift. Candles and coasters today. So we'll see. Yeah, that would be kind of cool, right? Put your glass there. Like, boom. I put some cork on the bottom or something. We'll see what we come up with. Maybe an ornament. I don't know. We'll see what we can shove into this video today. Just little stuff. I've got that clock that I've got to do. It's going to be a bigger project. Might start on that today, but that might not come out for a week or two because that's going to take some work. But let's get this stuff done today. Let's get the candles going, get the wax melting, knock those out so we can get to the coasters. All right, let's do it. Cup, oil, need the spoonula. So today, last time we made, what did we make last time? We made strawberry, harvest spice, cotton candy, coconut. Did we just make the 4 cents last time? Yeah. Okay, so today we're gonna make brownie, marshmallow, blueberry muffin, apple pie, French vanilla, and sugar cookie. So that seems ambitious for the amount of things, but we're still going to try for 2 for each oil. So I'm going to learn from last time and get all these like prepped with the tops, the little drippers off. Whatever those are called, you know, the little things that drip it out. Drippers. I don't know. So I didn't realize when I bought the Woodwicks, like when I bought the Woodwicks this year, I was just like, oh, cool, those looked cool. They're something different, you know, other than just a string wick I showed you before. While I'm taking all these off. They crackle when you light them, which is cool. It's like, I don't know. For somebody who is, so I have ADD, which that's a perfect segue into this because I like zone out for a minute as I'm telling you about that. So I've got ADD pretty bad, but like, I don't think the word is sensual, but like, not sensual. Things that elevate your senses. So in this case, scented candle, your sense of smell, right? But adding a layer to that of the cool black tins, which gives you visual, you know, stimulation. It looks cool, looks nice. And it has a fancy high-class Mateo Outdoors sticker on it, so I mean, what looks better than that? But with the addition of the crackling, now you've got your nose, your eyes, and your ears all pulled into one candle. Like, am I selling these things right now to you? Because that's freaking cool, right? You've got 3 senses being stimulated from one candle. So somebody like me who is very attentive to types of things like that, they're attentive or triggered or I don't know, you know, I think that's kind of cool, having all three of those into one candle. I mean, I guess the only, what's the other one? Sight, scent, smell, sound, feel, right? Isn't touch one? I mean, you could touch these, but it's gonna be a bad touch. Don't touch a hot candle. Alright, so I'm gabbing on and on here, and this video is supposed to be short with candles, so all that might be edited right on out. Alright, so we're going to take chisel, go away from you, and we're just going to pop all these little drippers off, because we are going to use all of the oils. So I watched another, oh man, does that smell good? What is that one? Apple pie. Nice. So I watched this video on YouTube about how to make scented candles and stuff. Put these on so that I don't end up spilling them. And so like I melted mine down, my wax down in a pot. But remember, if you remember last time, we got the one batch of wax too hot, right? And it wound up burning that wax. So I actually wound up taking that coconut candle and burning it. That's how I know this crackles, right? Because I was like, it's a waste. I just want to make sure everything's wicking fine with these wicks and stuff, and everything's working as expected. So I watched this video, and this woman, to avoid burning her wax like that, she used a double boiler, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. So you can like heat it over your stove, which may be the way you're supposed to do it, right? But you can heat it over your stove and not burn the wax, and get it too hot. But then you're cooking it in a bowl, that bowl is going to be kind of useless afterwards. But if you make these often, then that's your wax bowl, Okay, so I'll put those in here so that I don't get those confused. We need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 tins. 10, 11, and 12. 12 wicks. All right, we're gonna switch over. I got a table set up from Cub Scouts the other night. They came over. We made, do you guys want something cool? Did he? Yep. So this is kind of the rough one that I made for, these might be future videos. So I've been making these with the Cub Scouts. ADD kicking in again. But so the other night we made like this leather strap or whatever. I'll make it nicer if we make a video, because this was kind of like a quick example. But we made these kind of sit pads for hiking. So you throw them in, they're super lightweight, just foam and wax canvas and leather strap or whatever to kind of roll it up, put it in the bottom of your backpack or in the side or something, and super lightweight. And when you're out hiking or something, you want somewhere to sit, you don't want to bring a chair with you, this is super convenient. They make these, you can buy them on Amazon, but making your own is kind of cool. And then last night, the reason the table's set up, we made our own fire steel rods. So we basically took a piece of that doweling, I burned Mateo into the handle, just bought these, drilled the hole, kind of glued it in, and then put some leather strapping with a a striker on it. So this could be pretty cool too, they spark pretty good. Melt my microphone cord. So I might show how to make these in a future video. That'd be kind of cool. All right, back to attention. I'm gonna move over to that table, get the wax melting, and get these things going. All right, let's get some wax melting. So we'll just throw about that much in. We'll throw it on top of our heater here, because that's plenty hot enough to start melting that down. And let's prep ourselves a little bit more, because you know that's not going to last more than a couple candles there. So we're going to start with blueberry muffin, because that's the top label that I have ready. So let's get this open. And we've got almost a full jar of this, so I'm going to put a pretty good amount, equal parts throughout both. And we still got, let's say, a third of that left. So that is about what you want. Pretty good amount. So we're doing 2 of each. Let's get our labels. All that's melting down. Keeping an eye on your wax so that it doesn't get too hot. Take 2 labels. Those aside, we got our 2 wicks ready to go. How's that doing? We are getting melty. I really like this beeswax. I got it on Amazon. It's just called yellow beeswax. But I really like the bars like this, because I use this for all kinds of stuff. Like, you can make obviously candles out of it, but I melt it down, get it hot. I use it for wood polish and stuff. Like, this has a lot of good uses. Having some beeswax on hand is super helpful. I get it hot, melt it down, and I work it into my leather gloves and stuff. Makes it somewhat waterproof. So super helpful if you are interested in getting some. They sell, Amazon has all different kinds of yellow beeswax or beeswax. Honestly, there is a guy, I saw a sign the other day as I was driving down the street. There's a guy maybe, say 4 or 5 miles down the road from me that had a sign out that said fresh, local, homemade honey. I wonder if he's a beekeeper. If he is, I want to talk to him, because I wonder if I can get some wax from him in the summer. Like, having local stuff like close to me would be super cool. Plus, I'll probably buy a good deal of honey, because I love honey. And fun fact, if you didn't know, honey never goes bad. You could keep it on the shelf for 50 years and it will be just as good as day one. It can crystallize if you have, like, you know, one of those honey bears in your kitchen, and you open it one day because you haven't used it in a while or something, put it in your tea, and you see it like kind of crystallize. All you gotta do is just stir it again, and it'll be fine. Warm it up a little bit. But yeah, honey never goes bad, never spoils. You know what I'm gonna do is, that's quite a bit of wax in there. Actually, it's not, but it is melting. So, but maybe we'll prep ourselves another set. Now, you learned this last time, Matt, to not have the lid's too close, because the wax will splash and gets little spots on there. But we'll get brownie next. Prep all these. This might be a full video, because I'm just gabbing away. All right, we are lined up, ready to go. Oils are all in. The garage is smelling amazing. This wax is not melting that well. So basically I've got my heater going in here to stay warm because it's cold out today. And I've just got it sitting on top, you know, so it's like, I don't think that's ambient heat. It's a direct heat, but there's like that buffer of flame with that steel plate, and that's just kind of licking it. I've got the heat down on low, so it's working away. It's doing its thing. Candles. All right, we got our wax going. Not feeling any chunky bits, am I? If there is, it's very small and it's actively melting. So let's get this pouring. Remember, we're gonna fill it 3/4 of the way. Slowly pour. Not enough. So we got 3 out of that whole pitcher. So we are gonna melt a lot more. So yeah, we're gonna go through all this wax for sure. So my calculations were right. So originally I was like, as I saw all this dumped out on the table, I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna go through all that, but no, we're gonna. So we're gonna take our wick and just kind of stir a little bit as the wax is liquid. This is helping to soak some of the wax and oils into the wick already, and it's mixing that oil through the wax and getting that wax kind of in place. We're gonna do that with each one. Oh my gosh, I wish we had like smell-o-vision, because the smell in here right now, the aromas, I should say, saying the smell in here makes it sound like it smells bad. The aroma in here is very nice. All right, we're gonna let those cool. I'm gonna let that heat, and I am just gonna repeat this process for the rest of them. So we will we'll come back when we've got them all filled, and we'll move on to the next thing, maybe. So we've used basically all the wax. We've got 6 bars left. In keeping with the outdoor theme of this, I never actually cleaned off this bench, so there's sawdust and stuff all over it. So as I've been mixing and stuff, I've been setting this thing down. So if you do get a candle, you might get little bits of sawdust in it. Extra bonus. I won't even charge extra for it. So these have all cooled to the point of somewhat solid. They're pretty much cooled off now. So I'm going about quarter to a half an inch off of the top and cutting these wicks off. I cut mine on an angle just because I think it looks nice. You don't have to. And then I went through, I got the candles out we did before over there, and any extra wax I had left, I just kind of topped them off because some of them were a little low. I couldn't go too high because of we had already cut the wicks off. But I wanted to make sure that if anybody gets one, that they're getting, you know, a full candle. I did a difference on this one too. The other ones, after they cooled, I was putting a couple drops of oil on top, just so that you could have that kind of initial scent when you open the lid. What I did with these, a little different, which I kind of did with those now too, I waited for them to cool, came through and put those extra few drops on, and then came through with like a final finish coat of wax and just kind of sealed them on top. So they may be less aromatic when you smell them. Actually smells pretty good. But you know, as soon as you light them, you should get that initial good smell. So yeah, like they smell pretty good. So yeah, blueberry muffin, they all smell pretty good. So again, they're beeswax candles. They're all natural. You know, so, you know, minus the oils, because like I said, I don't know that you can get oils out of a brownie, but maybe you can. I don't know. I'm not a professional here. I'm guessing my way through this. But here's our candles. So I also made, kind of weird, but let's see. I don't know if you could see this as I was filming. Probably not, but this guy, so I had a bunch of wax left over in the pitcher, you know, when I was done, and I didn't want to fill these too much because I was worried about getting the lids on. So I had this old tin that I used last year for like emergency candles I used to make. So they were unscented. So basically I made a Frankenstein candle. We'll see how this one smells, but it's got just an original. It doesn't have a wood wick in it, but I put everything that was left in those oils poured into there as I filled it. So a couple of them only had a few drops, others had, you know, quite a bit. So everything I had, that's gonna be my Frankenstein candle. I don't think I'll give that one away because it could be horrible, but it's just something to kind of pour off the extra wax and make a little, you know, emergency candle with. It's still a bit hot. But yeah, that's Frankenstein. So we finished up our candles. We've got 20 in total. I was kind of doing the math while I was waiting for wax to melt. I was looking at Amazon and seeing how much I spent and stuff between the 5 boxes of wax, the tins and stuff like that. I think I'm about $6 a candle at cost. Now I could make that cheaper if I wanted to. I could probably buy soy candle melts and things like that. Like I don't have to have these big thick bars of beeswax. I could probably even get it cheaper if I bought it locally, maybe. Because these are like $20 a box, I think. So by no means cheap as far as wax goes. You know, you're gonna burn it. But so I'm about $6 a candle, roughly my cost. So if I sold them, I would probably, like I said earlier, probably sell them maybe 10 bucks a candle. If you were gonna make these, if you wanted to make, you know, a profit off of them, that'd be maybe $12 a candle, because you got to factor in your time that it takes to make. This took 3 hours maybe in total to make, all of them, all 20. So, you know, if you sold them for $12 a candle, we'll say, and it costs you $7 a candle, you're making $5 a candle. So every 20 candles you sell, you're making $100. That took 3 hours to make. So I'm trying to do quick math in my head. It's roughly $33 an hour. It's not bad for a, you know, business. I'm sure you could make this faster, a much faster process, you know, if you wanted to, which would get that cost per hour up more, you know, not using such a small pitcher and having. These take a while to melt, so like they sell like big bags of like shredded up wax that melt almost instantly. So that could help, you know, cut costs as well. But anyway, I'm rambling now. So this is scented candles part 2. This will be the end of the candles. I think next we're gonna move on to those coasters we're gonna make. Then ornaments. I want to make that clock still. I still have so many things, and Christmas is like knocking on the door. It's like 15 days away. I want to make a tree, like an outdoor decorative Christmas tree, show you to make that. There's so many more things I could make, you know, shadow boxes, little mini trees to put up. You know, I got a lot of ideas up here, so maybe I'll write them down and save them for next Christmas. If I'm still around. Hopefully I am. Do you guys like this stuff? Hopefully you do. I don't know. Again, rambling. Jeez. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Hey, like this kind of content, like these candles, want to see what one smells like? I told you how to get one earlier on Instagram if you want. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment if you like them. It does help. You know, everybody on here talks about the YouTube algorithm, stuff like that. It's a real thing. I'm a software engineer. I know this stuff. It is a real thing. It can help me dramatically. So please, if you are watching this, give me a like, thumbs up if you like this content. You know, subscribe if you can. I appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.